What aircraft add-ons are coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator on the Xbox? Well, today I'll be going through the ones that have been confirmed, speculating about what we might see in the future, and sharing with you all the information we've got so far about the aircraft add-ons coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator on the marketplace. Stick around if you want to know more. Hello YouTube, I'm Pilot Stud and welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator video. If you're new around here, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. It's a great way to support my channel. It means you stay up to date with the most important Microsoft Flight Simulator news and add-ons. I've spent a few hours now going through forums, watching videos, going through Facebook posts, and I found a load of aircraft that have either been confirmed for Microsoft Flight Simulator on the Xbox, or are just being tested on the Xbox, and I'm waiting for confirmation if they're actually coming. But you know, if they're testing on the Xbox, it's more likely that they're coming onto it. So let's get right into it. So first of all, what do we have on the Xbox already? Well, sadly, add-ons by the looks of it will only be available through the marketplace, at least for the time being. Unlike the PC version, there's no way to actually put the aircraft into a community file, which means you can't download them externally. Instantly, this shuts quite a few doors in terms of where the aircraft can come from. It means, for one, we'll get less freeware aircraft, and therefore none in this video are actually freeware. Although there are different varying price ranges, none of them are actually free. You will have to pay. And of course, you pay by going through the marketplace. While this is a good thing and a bad thing at the same time, it's good because it guarantees some sort of quality. I say some because it's not perfect, but it's bad because quite often than not, Microsoft will only put payware products on there. You might get a few freebies, but really don't expect too much. What have we got already? Well, we've got the fantastic Supermarine Spitfire by Flying Iron Simulations. We've got a few other aircraft on there. I believe we've got the Corsair as well. But mostly vintage warbirds. We've got the Wacko, but nothing that stands out too much, nothing that interests a vast majority of people. I know a lot of you want airliners, but I do highly recommend the Spitfire right now. So, what's coming along? Well, let's start off with a quirky and unique aircraft, the Orbx Optica. Now, Orbx have released a trailer of this aircraft, so we can imagine it's pretty well developed. It's probably quite simply a port over from the PC version, because I imagine Microsoft have made it so there's not too much work that has to go in swapping aircraft over. Now, this is a very quirky little aircraft. The trailer is right now from the Xbox version. We'll then swap over to the PC version trailer. I flew this aircraft round before on PC, and I have to say it is really fun. It's a British reconnaissance plane. There's not many of them around, not many of them made, but there's still a few in the sky now. As you can see, it's got that iconic kind of bubble cockpit. It's a really unique aircraft. Perfect for sightseeing, which is what it was brought into the sim for. Of course, Microsoft Flight Simulator does a fantastic job at showing you the beauties of this world, so what a better aircraft to see it in. It comes in at 19 Australian dollars, which is just over 10 UK pounds. Now, that's direct for Orbx. They haven't released it on the marketplace yet, or at least they haven't released it on the Xbox marketplace yet. But it will be around that price mark. It's pretty affordable, but of course it's quite a niche aircraft. It offers a 270-degree panoramic view. It's a fun aircraft to fly, but it might not take everyone's fancy, understandably. But it's coming onto the Microsoft Flight Simulator marketplace, along with some of Orbx's other products. Something I think a lot of you might be a bit excited for. Let's move on to the bigger news now. Now, this is what I am really excited for. Aerosoft are very excited to bring their products over to Xbox. Now, this is on the forums, and the Aerosoft forums are really special. They honestly highlight so many issues and upcoming products. Well, they've basically said that they are dedicated to getting the Twin Otter onto the Xbox marketplace. The Twin Otter hasn't been released for PC yet, although they are coming close. It's meant to be released hopefully by the end of 2021. It's of course a short takeoff and landing capable aircraft that's used for some of the more rugged airports. It's a very common aircraft, although I think it was built in the 1960s, so slightly older but still a very common aircraft. We have had many previews before, and the project is really coming along. And the best part is it's available in 2 configurations by the looks of it. We'll have a float plane mode and of course the ground mode. Matthias Koch, who is the main, basically the CEO of Airsoft as far as I know, he says this will be available for an affordable price, and he says, well, we do kind of get a price range, he says at a sub €30 price, excluding tax of course. So pretty affordable, anywhere between 25 to 35 UK pounds is my prediction. He says he's not a fan of the $100 prices for add-ons, which many of you will be familiar with. Of course, those add-ons are generally more study level, more realistic, but Airsoft do a really good job at producing basically study level, highly realistic aircraft. Speaking of highly realistic aircraft, the CRJ by Airsoft, it's now entered testing stages on the Xbox, and the Airsoft team seem really keen to get it over. Now, the CRJ was the first major airliner to come over to Microsoft Flight Simulator from an external developer. This is something to get really excited for. It is slightly more pricey than what many of you will be expecting. I paid around, I don't know, £38 for it, I believe, but it is really worth it, and it contains 2 variants of the aircraft, the CRJ 550 and 700. With a custom EFB, electronic flight bag, really stunning flight model, plenty of awesome animations. I do really recommend this aircraft. Airsoft once again have pulled the stocks out on this aircraft. As we've all seen, there's plenty of reviews out there, so bringing it over to Xbox could really be a game changer as the first proper high fidelity aircraft coming over to the Xbox. That is, of course, if they beat fly-by-wire to it, but who knows. It's certainly worth the price, so don't be put off from the high price point, although it is aimed at those who are more used to flight simulation and want to use it to enjoy an aircraft, as opposed to the slightly more arcadey flight experience that many Xbox players do enjoy, and rightfully so. I did also briefly touch on there the freeware fly-by-wire A320 NX mod. Hopefully this will be coming over. The dev team seem pretty confident in bringing it over to Xbox, although it has been pulled from the PC marketplace at the moment as they try and fix it. So hopefully it will make a return, but no major news on this aircraft just yet, except from the aircraft that greatly improves the realism of the default A320 should be coming over to the Xbox. Keep an eye out on this one, guys. So far we've got the CRJ and the Twin Otter hopefully coming over. What else does the Microsoft Flight Simulator Marketplace have in store for us? Well, DC Designs are looking to bring over their F15 and F14 fighter jets. The F15 has been out for a while, and to mixed opinions, some people think it's really good, some people think it's not so good. One thing's for sure, it is a really fun aircraft to fly, and I'm sure it will fit nicely in Microsoft Flight Simulator on the Xbox. I've also tried out their F14, I've got a preview build, I was very lucky, and they say this will be available on the Xbox Marketplace a few weeks after the PC release on August 19th. DC Designs create affordable and fun aircraft, and while they're not designed to be as realistic as possible, they do contain a wide amount of features. Their sounds have to be commended as well, they are very good. I think fighter jets like the F15 and F14 will have a very special place on the Xbox, and I can imagine all the formations are multiplayer. Once again, they are not overtly expensive compared to some of the more high price add-ons. The F14 is around 25 UK pounds and the F15 is also quite close to that. Now, not only have we got the F15 and F14 basically confirmed by DC Designs, it means hopefully down the line we'll see their products for PC move over to the Xbox. This could include Concorde, and while they've been pretty silent on the PC production of Concorde for quite some time now, I imagine if they bring over the F15 and F14 and possibly any other products like the Boeing Stearman, then it makes complete sense for them to bring over their other products. Something to keep out for, but on their Twitter, DC Designs have confirmed their F14 and F15 coming over to Microsoft Flight Simulator. A bit of speculation now, PMDG. Now there's been slight rumours that the DC6 will be coming over to Microsoft Flight Simulator on the Xbox, and to be honest, I think the Xbox could handle it pretty well. Now of course the DC6 is a high fidelity aircraft. It is really difficult to fly from what I've heard. I haven't tried it out yet, I probably should. And it does require quite a bit of concentration, but on the other side of that, there's plenty of features that seem to be able to help you. They haven't brought it over to the PC marketplace yet, so I guess this is waiting a bit down the line, possibly a few months. But I do really think PMDG could have a market here. They are slightly more expensive aircraft, coming in at $60 US, which is quite a lot of money, but for what you get, it is meant to be 100% worth it. I mean, just look at it, it really does look quite stunning. The 737 by PMDG, while we've got no confirmation on the release date for PC, speculating, I can imagine this will come over to Xbox. Of course, that's meant to be quite pricey, around 100 UK pounds. I'm sure many of you just choked on your coffee if you're not familiar with PMDG. But trust me, from what they've done before, what they did with the DC6, it seems to be really worth it. Study level airliner without a doubt. Hopefully we'll see it on the marketplace, but I think price could be a bit of an issue there, seeing as for many it's more than the actual flight simulator. So what do you guys think? What aircraft are you excited for? Here's all of the confirmed ones that I found about. We haven't heard much else from anyone else. They've been quite quiet with all the aircraft coming over to Xbox, so at the moment that is the bunch really. Not as many aircraft as most of you probably thought, but a lot of aircraft nonetheless. I hope you've enjoyed this video. A lot of research went into it as always. If you did, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. And if you really want to support the channel in return for exclusive perks, such as this shout out on the screen now, consider becoming a channel member. Thanks guys, these channel members really do help me out. Thank you to Ethan B. Beck, Jesse Wiseman, Captain Matt Russell and Simon Schmidt. You guys really mean a lot. But anyway, from me today, that is all. Bye bye.